Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Data Mine coming back at you guys with another reaction video. Today I react to the 10 weird things caught on security cameras and CCTV. I've seen some weird things float across the internet, but there might be some new clips that I haven't seen. So let's get into it. Bro.
Sometimes it seems like surveillance cameras are everywhere. They're often the last word in criminal cases and they can help protect the innocent. Then again, sometimes they feel like a bit of an invasion of privacy.
True.
Regardless of your feelings on CCTV, one thing is for certain. Every once in a while, they catch something truly unforgettable. Today we're going to be looking at 10 of those weird things caught on security cameras and CCTV. Let's begin, shall we? Valentines Day Boom. Valentine's Day is supposed to be a time for romance, flowers, and chocolates. Unless you're single, then it's just a sad day. But CCTV cameras were rolling along the beautiful Chao Phraya River walkways on Valentine's Day in 2016.
Chao Phraya.
On that day, it became the scene of a phenomenal incident that shook Bangkok.
Oh no.
Just before 6:30 a.m.,
Bro,
a container ship named
who is
Zeta Boom
driving
collides
that
with the
thing?
pathway, slowly devouring everything
Bro,
it touches.
who is driving that?
While an effort was immediately undertaken to repair the area, the crash left quite a destructive aftermath in its wake. But it also left us with this unbelievable video footage. Number 9.
That is an idiot.
Glass Act. This CCTV footage was captured on March 31st, 2013. This is in a mall in Perth, Australia, and we see a would-be thief clutching an expensive handbag as he flees from the scene.
Something to tackle his ass.
Perhaps he had intended to sell the purse to get money for glasses because he completely misses the automatic door and collides full speed with a large pane of commercial glass.
What
in
a
other words,
fucking
a very solid
idiot.
window. The man is immediately knocked unconscious and collapses to the
dumbass.
ground, still clutching the bag.
He still
At
has it in
first,
his hand.
funnily
Just give it
enough,
up,
several
buddy.
bystanders come to his aid, not realizing that he was in fact fleeing the scene. After a little while, the situation has become clear.
Damn, they're
and a
dragging
large burly
him.
man restrains him until police arrive. Needless to say, he remained pretty dazed, and
Bro,
it was fairly
that
easy
man's
for police to
getting put
restrain
in
him
a
despite his
chokehold.
weak objections. Number 8. Alaskan Lawyer Mystery. Back over in 2018, a woman named Nicole was working alone in the law office one evening when a man dressed in all black appears in the window where he stands for a short time before entering the office. Once inside, he talks to Nicole, and after a few moments, she pulls out a gun that the firm keeps for protection, a common practice in the area. But
Bro,
suddenly
was
the
he
man in
telling-
black
what was
gestures
he
with his
talking
hand,
to
and
her
Nicole
about?
appears to robotically turn and lay the gun down on the counter. The man then instructs her to retrieve a camera from her purse, and she complies, taking the camera and following the mysterious man out of the building. When other employees returned the next day, they found her purse left behind, the gun on the counter, and the doors unlocked. Nicole had simply walked away at the instruction of this stranger. As it turns
What
out,
happened to
Nicole
her?
would resurface later in the
Oh.
week with an incredible story. She recounted being taken to a plain room where people seemed to communicate via telepathy, and where she was rendered completely motionless.
I was about to say that dude
Her
looks like an
captors had
alien.
questioned her about a camping trip she had been on recently. During an early morning hike, Nicole had come across a cave with stalactites dangling from the ceiling. Nicole
Yeah,
took a
those
bunch of
people suck,
photographs, and
bro.
it was this experience that the men wanted to know about. After telling them everything she could, they injected her with a
she's
shot that, according to them, would wipe out her memory, but when she woke, she had perfect recollection of the entire thing. She later discussed the encounter in detail over the course of an hour-long interview with Apex TV. So either Nicole is one devoted liar with nothing to gain, or this strange video chronicles a real-life case of high-level intelligence activity. Far more men in
Look at
black
that
and
dude.
SCP.
Tell me he does not look like an alien. Oh, I muted it. My bad.
7. Unwelcome Roommate. Joe Cummings and his girlfriend were a fun-loving
Bro, what
young
is this-
couple who
what
had
is
a
this dude
penchant for
doing?
playing practical jokes on one another. So one day when food started mysteriously vanishing, Joe asked his girlfriend if she was behind it, but she swore up and down that she wasn't. Still, her denial wasn't too unusual,
Whoa, what's
considering
going
the
on here,
two of
buddy?
them often pulled pranks on one another. Determined to
that's a
catch
prank.
her in
I
the
think
act,
that's-
though, he picked up a
that's-
cheap camera and installed it in a hidden location.
start of a
But what he
video.
captured was way more than he expected. At the beginning of the video, we see Joe turning it on and walking away. For several hours, nothing noteworthy happens, but in the middle of the night,
Bro,
an adult
what?
woman can be seen descending from a
What?
crawl space in the ceiling and making herself right at home.
Oh, I thought that was a creature.
She drinks juice straight out of a jug in his fridge, urinates in his sink,
If you
steals
drink
some
anything
food, and then
straight out of
relaxes
the
in the
bottle
living
besides a
room.
water bottle,
All the while, Joe and his girlfriend
then
were asleep in the very next
don't
room.
be around me.
At one point in the video, Joe even gets up to grab a drink from the
Predator or something
kitchen,
like
and the
that,
woman is
obviously.
forced to scramble and hide. After Joe returns to bed, she makes her careful retreat back into the ceiling. The following day, when he saw the contents of the video, Joe fled his apartment and phoned the police, who arrived a short time later and arrested the woman after a lengthy search.
Is that her?
Number 6. The All Switcheroo. In this phenomenal video, we see a woman at a gas station who was fueling up her white SUV when a black Cadillac pulls up nearby. A man suddenly jumps from the vehicle and scrambles into her truck intent on stealing it. When the woman sees what is happening, she leaps on the hood, begging the man to stop, but he won't, and he drives forward trying to take her off the hood. As he does reach the main road, the thief obviously has a change of heart, deciding that he isn't quite hard enough to turn car theft into murder, and he runs back to the Cadillac, leaving the woman atop the truck drifting into traffic. Fortunately, the SUV comes to a stop shortly afterwards, and the shaken woman is able to get down and reclaim her vehicle.
Hey.
Number 5.
For,
Supernatural Catch.
trying to go help.
Frankly, most of us probably become pretty complacent and lackluster after having the same job for too long, especially if your work is particularly repetitive. This can lead people to pay less attention and to make more mistakes. Unfortunately for employers, this can lead to lower productivity and far more injuries. However, everybody loses their flair after a few years on the job, and the forklift operator in this video is an excellent example of someone who is still sharp after a few years on the job. This dedicated worker at Noble Ale Works is unloading a pallet of empty kegs from the back of a truck when one
put
begins
that man
to
in
wobble.
the NFL.
That is when he awakens his inner
Put
ninja
that
and
man
does
in
something
the
almost
NFL.
unthinkable. As one of the kegs goes plummeting towards the ground, his hand shoots out to provide the keg with a soft and
Well, those
graceful
probably so
landing.
heavy, too.
Watching this video, we can conclude two
yeah,
things. Number 1, this man is quite possibly superhuman.
Yeah.
And 2,
Put him in the
hopefully that
NFL.
keg was empty. Either way, employee of the friggin' year there. Number 4. Tumbling Toddler. 7 postal workers in Ningxi County, China were taking a coffee break when they suddenly noticed a baby on the 5th floor of a nearby apartment building dangling perilously from a window. The little girl's mother and father had left her sleeping while they went to a nearby drugstore to get her medication. While they were gone, she woke up and went looking for her parents. Unfortunately, she soon found herself dangling precariously from the window.
Bro.
This is when the postal workers got into position. Seconds later, the young girl went plummeting toward the ground, but thankfully the workers were there to break her fall. Thanks to the
She
quick
was
thinking of
falling
these men, the young
fast,
girl walked
bro.
away with
What
just a
story
small
was
cut
she
her
on? The
face and
10th?
recovered quickly. Meanwhile, her parents have
Bro.
vowed never to leave their
That guy
little
broke
girl
his arm.
unattended
Look at him.
again.
He broke his arm because
This
she
is
was
a
falling so
particularly
fast.
smart decision, as they may have very well lost her that day if not for the action of the nearby
Yes, you
postal
dummy.
workers.
Your daughter
Number
would have
3.
died.
Cop car thief.
Trash ass parents, bro.
Our number 3 entry may be one of the strangest and most daring things I've seen
Purple
captured by a
seatbelts?
security camera.
What?
It goes without saying that police cars occasionally get stolen or vandalized, and that's part of the reason why they often have multiple security cameras mounted inside of them. Considering most police cars are stolen by opportunistic joyriders, this acts as a pretty good deterrent. But one shoplifter in Lufkin, Texas decided to make her own opportunity.
Where's the cop
First, she
at?
skillfully slips out of her cuffs, then she quickly makes her way into the front seat before peeling off.
Probably talking to the
Next, she
people.
leads police on a dangerous chase, but it isn't long before she crashes and is
Bro.
apprehended. After the incident, Lufkin police installed barriers in all vehicles, and as for the woman, she was sentenced to an astounding 45 years in prison. Most deservedly, I say. Now
thought
it's
there was a
time for
block.
today's best pick. My pick for today may be one of the strangest videos we have seen today.
Is this the last one? No.
Number 2.
Oh, it's number 2.
Hamburglar. In this strange video, we see a woman
Bro, is
pull
she
up
out
to
of
the
her
drive-thru
car?
window of a McDonald's location in Columbia, Maryland. The
no
only
way for
problem
a
is
cop-
that it's 4
for a
o'clock in the
cop.
morning, and the location is closed. Not the type to be easily deterred, she first tries to pour herself a drink by prying open the window and reaching inside. Not satisfied with just a beverage,
Bro,
she decides to supersize her felony by climbing through the window.
She's acting
and
like
helps
she
herself
works
to
there, bro.
$1,400 in food and Happy Meal toys.
What's going on?
Within a few days, a search began for this happy.
Look at her hiding her,
and a
bro.
woman named Jessica Cross
Oh
turned
my
herself over
goodness,
to
bro.
authorities.
They already saw your face.
$1,400 in food. How much did she eat?
I saved the best for last, but first, I have a quick
This is a different dude. What's going on?
5 seconds to complete. If you can leave a like and subscribe within
Yep,
the next
you heard him,
5
everybody.
seconds,
Leave a
you'll
like
get
and subscribe.
10 years of amazing luck.
Yep.
Just try it. It
Factual.
really works.
Number 1. Tim's Turd.
Tim's
This next
turd.
video is another incident at a fast food restaurant. However, in this case, the restaurant was open. At a Tim Hortons
Bro,
restaurant.
Ric Flair was right there.
However, in this
Bro, that is a Ric Flair. Who else? What other celebrities are here? Just him?
case, the restaurant was open.
It's
At
Pitbull.
a
I
Tim
saw
Hortons
Pitbull too.
restaurant in Langley, British Columbia, Canada's CCTV captured a woman demanding that staff members allow her to use the washroom. After having previous issues with the woman, the worker denied her access, and that is when she became enraged. And after a quick shouting match with the staff, she anchors
You need
herself
to ask
against a
to go to
nearby
the
wall and
bathroom?
begins to defecate directly in
Okay,
front of the
bro.
till. Ew. If things
Okay,
weren't
bro.
bad enough at this point, she picks up her feces and flings it over the counter. Ew.
Oh.
And just to prove she isn't a monster, she grabs serviettes from the counter and begins cleaning herself up.
Oh.
That would be nice, I suppose, if it hadn't been when she finished with the napkins. Well, you guess that she pitched them over the counter.
Oh.
The woman was well known to police in the area and was arrested a short while later, but shockingly, she was given a court date and released, but it remains unknown whether she was
that's
ever
fucking
sentenced and where
disgusting.
she is now. For being so creative with a number 2, this
What?
creative video company.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Like the guy said earlier in the video, I'm gonna keep grinding like this, keep uploading reactions. I'm gonna be streaming later. Link will be down below in the description. Check it out. 12 to 2. I will stream at different times if you guys want me to. But yeah, if you want me to keep putting up this fire content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.